Most people have absolutely no idea what their real financial number is. They obsess over salary, they compare paychecks, fight for raises, celebrate promotions, but they completely ignore the one metric that actually decides whether they'll retire comfortably or spend their final years terrified of running out of money. Your income is just money passing through your hands. Your net worth is money that stays. And right now, in 2026, Americans are more confused about their real financial standing than ever. They see headlines about record stock markets and billionaires getting richer, assume everyone around them is winning with money, then open their own accounts and wonder, am I way behind? Is it too late to catch up? Here's the truth. For many of you watching, the reality is better than you fear. For others, it's a wake up call that could change your entire financial trajectory. I'm walking you through the real median and average net worth numbers for every decade of life, your 20s through your 60s, using 2026 data. And I'm giving you exact targets and specific moves to get there. If you want honest, data driven breakdowns on money and investing every week, hit subscribe to Naomi Capital right now. Let's get into it. Two ground rules first. Net worth is simple. Everything you own minus everything you owe. 10,000 in checking, 20,000 in retirement, minus 50,000 in student loans. That's negative 20,000 net worth. Not a moral failure, just math. Understanding the math is step one to changing it. And be careful with averages. The average net worth across American adults in 2026 is about $620,000. Sounds impressive until you realize a tiny group of ultra wealthy people drags that number way up. The number that actually matters is the median, closer to $193,000, where half of Americans have more and half have less. That's your real benchmark. Now, decade by decade, your 20s, the foundation, the median net worth in your 20s is $6,600. Not a typo. If you're in your 20s with more than roughly 7,000 in net worth after debts, you're already ahead of half your peers. The average looks like 139,000, but that's almost entirely driven by a handful of people with inheritances or early business wins. The typical 20 something is near zero or negative because of student loans. That's not discouraging, that's liberating. It means you're not failing. Small, consistent moves right now will separate you dramatically from the median by 30. Your target by age 30 per Fidelity Research. Net worth equal to 1 times your annual salary, roughly $60,000 at the median income. 3 moves get you there. Kill consumer debt, credit cards, buy now, pay later, personal loans above 10% interest. Every dollar at 20% interest compounds against you. Save 15 to 20% of your income. This is the single most powerful predictor of long-term wealth. More than your investment returns, more than your salary. Someone earning 50,000 and saving 20% will almost always beat someone earning 100,000 and saving 5%. Invest in your skills. Your 20s are the best time to pick up certifications, change industries, test side hustles. Skills in data, marketing, video, or trades can double your income in a year, and those higher earnings compound for the next 40 years. Your 30s, the trajectory, decade. Median net worth rises to about $23,000 in your 30s. Fidelity's target, 3 times your salary by age 40. Roughly $216,000 at a $72,000 income or $300,000 at $100,000. This is the decade that locks in your financial future. 3 moves matter most. Eliminate all debt except your mortgage. Use your growing income to systematically wipe out student loans, car payments, and credit cards so that by 40, the only debt remaining is your home. Fight lifestyle inflation aggressively. Every raise can disappear into a nicer car or bigger apartment instead of a bigger portfolio. The rule: income rises 10%, lifestyle rises 3%, the other 7% gets invested. Raises are wealth building opportunities, not spending permission. Build a real emergency fund. Kids, home repairs, aging parents, your 30s bring real financial pressure. 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash keeps a temporary setback from permanently derailing your plan. Quick pause. If this is clarifying where you stand, hit like and subscribe to Naomi Capital so you don't miss the next breakdown. Let's keep going. Your 40s. The squeeze decade median net worth in your 40s, roughly $69,000, average around $751,000. That massive gap tells the real story. Wealth inequality accelerates hard in middle age. Some people have built real portfolios, others have almost nothing. Target by age 50, 6 times your salary, about 432,000 at 72,000 income, or 600,000 at 100,000. 3 priorities. Give every major expense a specific plan with numbers. College, mortgage payoff, retirement contributions. Don't just intend to handle them. Put exact dollar amounts and dates in your budget and reverse engineer the monthly contributions required. Calculate your actual retirement number. Estimate your annual spending in retirement. Choose a withdrawal rate of 3.5 to 4.5% and work backward. Need 60,000 a year at 4% withdrawal? You need 1.5 million in the portfolio. Know your number. Create an estate plan. If anyone depends on you, spouse, kids, aging parents, you need a will, healthcare directive, and power of attorney. It takes a few hours. The peace of mind it provides is worth every minute. Your 50s and 60s final approach. In your 50s, the median net worth jumps to about $180,000. The average crosses 1.3 million. Fidelity's target, 8 times your salary by age 60, roughly 552,000 at typical incomes, or 800,000 at 100,000. Less than 15 years to traditional retirement. Every decision now echoes for the next 3 decades. Shift your portfolio towards stability. 90% stocks made sense at 30. At 55, it's too aggressive. Increase bonds and less volatile assets, not to abandon growth, but to protect yourself from a major drop you don't have time to recover from. Get precise about what your retirement lifestyle actually costs. Travel or stay local, downsize or keep the house. Move to a cheaper area, help grandchildren. Each decision changes the required number, and precision now means accuracy later. Max out catch-up contributions. In 2026, workers 50 and older can put up to $32,500 into a 401k. Ages 60 to 63 can contribute up to $35,750. IRA total with catch-up is $8,600. If you earned over $150,000 last year, those catch-ups must be Roth. Tax now, tax-free forever after. Use every dollar of this. By your 60s, median net worth reaches about $275,000, average around $1.58 million, the wealthiest decade for most Americans. Fidelity's final target, 10 times your salary by age 67, roughly $635,000 at median incomes. But a smarter target is 20 times your annual expenses, not income. If you earn $100,000 but live on $60,000, you need to replace $60,000, not $100,000. Plan to spend $50,000 a year. $1 million at 4% withdrawal delivers exactly that. And the good news, most retirees naturally spend less. Mortgage gone, kids independent, work expenses disappeared. The lifestyle that cost $80,000 at 50 often costs only $50,000 at 70. In your 60s, move from planning to execution. Exact numbers, exact Social Security timing, exact withdrawal structure. Shift focus toward protecting the capital you've built, and if at all possible, retire with your mortgage paid off. Now, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. In your 50s, the median is $180,000 while the average is $1.3 million. That gap exists because a small group of wealthy households pulls the average sky high. If you compare yourself to the average and feel like a failure, you're judging yourself against a number inflated by the ultra wealthy. but read the same data the other way. Building above average wealth is completely possible in a single lifetime. The people with 1.3 million in their 50s mostly didn't inherit it. They built it through high savings rates, smart investing, and refusing to let consumer debt drain their momentum. Here's how to honestly read your own position. Below the median with an average income. You're not in crisis, but raise your savings rate and attack expensive debt right now. The gap is closable. Around the median, but earning well above average, you're underperforming your potential. That's almost always lifestyle inflation. Earning more, spending more, savings rate unchanged. The fix is deliberate lifestyle restraint. Above the median, but below Fidelity benchmarks, good track needs a small push. A few extra percentage points of savings and your full employer match usually close that gap. At or above the benchmarks, you're ahead of most Americans. Don't get complacent. Keep doing what got you here. And underneath everything, one factor separates the people who finish ahead from everyone else. Not starting income, not lucky investments, not the economy. It's the gap between what you earn and what you spend, sustained consistently over decades. Someone saving 20% of a moderate income will almost always beat someone saving 5% of a high income. That math is completely relentless. Your savings rate is the single most controllable variable in your financial life, and it's the one that matters most. Net worth is a lagging indicator. It reflects decisions you made years ago, but that's also the hopeful part. The decisions you make today will quietly rewrite that number a few years from now. Start now, wherever you stand, and the numbers will take care of themselves. If this video gave you a clearer picture of where you really are, do two things. Hit subscribe to Naomi Capital and turn on the bell. We break down money, investing, and wealth psychology every week in a way that's actually useful. And drop a comment. Are you currently ahead, behind, or right on track for your age? And what's the one move you're making this year to close the gap? I'll see you in the next video.